Look at all this loot! DJ, none for you! Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I am a shameless fan of getting free stuff, especially free tactical stuff, and increasingly silly tactical stuff. And what we have here is a magnificent example of that concept. I'll be going over this in a second. First thing I'm going to show off, this is all from nfstrike.com, and they have 12-round smoky black rival magazines that I am very pleased to have, because I did not have nearly enough 12-round magazines. They fit just fine. They're a little bit tighter in the top than their official counterparts. Their even regular ones will generally not just drop out of this particular style. They get caught there. So that's not a big issue for me because these do the same thing. They lock in beautifully. It's a little bit tighter on the lock, but not so much as to be an issue. With regular ones, you can generally release it just with your hand, which you could probably do on accident if you weren't careful. These ones, you can, but it's a little more difficult. But 12 round, spring's good, seems to feed just fine. Yeah, so those are neat. Come in a 2-pack, or at least I picked up a 2-pack. Make more of those, because, haha, they're in my colors. Isn't that lovely? All right, let's get on to this little kit. So this is an entire kit, one of those similar to the, the tactical vests that I've been sent for little kids kits, and this one just happens to have a little bit more fun and silly items. And if you saw the Juggernaut versus Juggernaut battle, this should be familiar, as should this. Though this is not actually the shield that was featured in that video. That one we apparently left at Fort Warden on accident. Didn't do a good enough sweep apparently, which is tragic because I really liked that silly shield. I had plans for it. Luckily this one was available on Amazon. The only difference is it has a different style of handle, and I actually liked the previous handle better. This one has a solid rigid handle, and the other one popped out and you held it, and then when you let go of it, it would lie flat. It was kind of a flexible handle. And because of what I plan to do with it, that would have been a much better option, because what I plan to do with this one, I'm going to have to just remove this entirely and maybe put my own handle on there, but I need it to not have the rigid handle for what I want to do with it. But it's a neat little shield. In our Nerf wars, this would probably qualify as a small shield and will be allowed to be used with any weapon. That's how our rules work. If it's official Nerf product, like it actually says Nerf on it and was sold with a Nerf blaster, you can use it on any blaster or with any blaster. Homemade ones that are larger, you can only use non-magazine fed pistol springers. So nothing that takes batteries and nothing that takes a magazine, because otherwise shields are just ridiculously overpowered and isn't fun for anybody. But something this small, generally you can get away with. There's kind of a, if somebody has a problem with it, then we kind of vote, and if we decide, nah, that one's too big, then that's all well and good. And it's up to your local group. If you want to allow, a Prometheus with a tower shield, go for it. But those are the rules in our group, and my plan is to use this as a small shield. We'll see what they say. It also comes with a tiny helmet that also says SWAT, and actually has an elastic chin strap, so that was neat. Obviously very much child-sized, but that makes for hilarity. We then have this vest, and while it is absolutely tiny and hilarious in that regard, I was actually very impressed with the potential modularity of it, because while the straps aren't very long and don't adjust to be very big, they do have quick release buckles they have on there upside down. But the sides open up completely, and then the tops, the shoulders, are also adjustable and can be removed completely, which means you can take the vest completely apart, and it does actually have MOLLE on it. Proper sized functional MOLLE, which means you could take it apart entirely and just use them as MOLLE panels that you could attach whatever you wanted to, magazine holders or whatever else, and then just hook them to a belt or clip them to a belt or put them over whatever you're wearing. You could easily make it so it straps to a blaster or to a holster or whatever you want. So I actually really like him. It does then have dart holders here and a patch of Velcro because it comes with most of the kits they sell. There's a whole bunch of different ones. They come with 2 patches. And I really like the ones I got. I got one Punisher patch, which is super cool. And I've got one that says, I want world peace, which is odd to be sold with SWAT gear, but it's a neat sentiment. But they also have ones that have American flags and British flags and French flags and German flags and a bunch of different ones that have flags, and you can, pick which kit you want and get whichever patches come with it. They do come with iPro, which I love that NF Strike is selling all these little kid kits with eye protection. They're small iPro, but this is for little kids. I mean, yeah. But they're nice. They're fairly nice. And it's particularly important that this kit comes with iPro because the 100 darts they sell are hard-tipped darts. The white ones are very much FVJs, hard-tipped FVJs, and then these ones are more like Vauberries, where the tips are ever so slightly rubbery and look like Nerf tips, but they're a lot harder. These ones also do say NF Strike on them, so that's neat. They've got the brand on there. So I'm glad it comes with iPro, because if you were giving these darts to a small child, they would definitely need them. It also comes with 2 12-round magazines, a blue one and a orange one, both of them translucent on both sides, which is neat. So that's pretty cool. And the final item, and this is the one thing in here that's not cheap. All of this is, silly kitty stuff in general, other than the magazines and the darts, perhaps. But these are those really nice stackable Molly magazines that take Nerf magazines that are, slightly rubbery in design. They've got rubber that goes around them to hold them in place. And they've got Molly on the front of them so that you can, in fact, stack them, triple stack them, however many stacks you want, single stack, double stack, whatever you want, and those go on there. So the fact that it came with those really kind of surprised me, and I think I've got another set of these that I haven't put on anything yet, and so like I said, I'm really tempted to double stack a couple of them onto the back part of this Molly and then use this just as a very modular additional magazine holder. It would be hard to actually pull them out if it's just hanging loose, but you can make it into a leg rig, you could make it into a chest rig. You could also just have it so it clips to your belt and it holds magazines, and when you get to where you're doing your stand, you just drop them, and then people can just pull magazines out as needed. So that is a neat potential option to use with this modular setup. Now, obviously, this stuff is not going to fit me one little bitty bit, and I'm going to model it anyway. Let's go. Right, well, as you can see on me, this basically becomes a tactical bib. And if you think for 1 second that is not exactly what I'm going to be using this front plate for, you haven't been paying attention. The back panel I will be covering with mag holders and will simply turn into an auxiliary mag panel that can be used. But the front, I will definitely be adding a strap, adding straps for the sides, and turning it into a tactical bib. Because that's hilarious. I already have a tactical apron in my kitchen. Now I shall have a tactical bib. Now, the fact that it's full of holes means it's not going to make the most useful of bibs, but I generally don't make that big of a mess when I eat. But this is hilarious. They're after me. Y'all didn't see anything. I've been here all day. You're my alibi. Anyway, that is what is going to happen here. That is lovely. The iPro actually didn't turn out to be as small as I thought, and is very clear and very nice, so that is lovely. The patch, I'm not sure what I'll do with the patch, but I'm definitely going to put it somewhere. And, yeah! Plans for the shield. Look forward to what I do with the shield. I have some fun plans with that. The helmet, I got nothing. But, let's get this converted real quick, just so I can show you what I'm talking about. Alright, there we have a panel with magazines. That, very easily add a strap to make it into a leg rig, or like I said, just have it as An augmented panel of Melly that's got 4 magazines that you could then drop somewhere. Lovely. I like that. And this, yeah, that's becoming a bib. Here's these. Create my own strap that'll actually go all the way around me. Add just a neck strap here, and it will be hilarious and fantastic. I'm unfortunately out of webbing, so I will have to go to the store. But there you have it. This neat little kids SWAT kit with some fun items. I enjoyed this. I got it, like I said, for the shield and for the other items just because they're silly. Let me know what you guys think of this. See if there's anything else on NF Strike you would like me to review and give my opinions on. I like finding ways to use things like this in silly and unexpected ways. So let me know. They like sending me stuff that you guys have asked for. So feel free to give your suggestions. Links will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching.